Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In recent weeks, there have been a lot of celebrity deaths reported, one of which was the frontman for the band Motorhead, Lemmy Kilmister, who died at age 70 on December 28th, a Monday. In this video, I want to document what's interesting about the date he died on and how it corresponds with the recent death of Phil Taylor, the drummer of Motorhead, who passed November 11th of this year, Veterans Day here in the United States. So anyhow, Lemmy Kilmister, he died at age 70. He was born in the year 45. What I find interesting is that the band name Motorhead has Gematria 45. Could be a coincidence, but the man who founded the band, Lemmy, born in the year 45 on December 24th, dying shortly after his 70th birthday, December 28th. His name in Gematria, fairly interesting. Ian, a name with 15 Gematria. He dies at the end of 2015. Notice the name Kilmister, a name with 44 Gematria. And the name has the word kill in it. The word kill itself sums to 44. He supposedly died from cancer 2 days after finding out he had cancer. The words cancer, chemo, and kill all have Gematria of 44. The name Lemmy Kilmister, which he most commonly went by, has Gematria of 67 and 76, identical to the word blood sacrifice. I just did a video on the death of Natalie Cole and her father Nat King Cole, who both have this 67 coding within their names as well, a number that also connects to Freemasonry. The band Motorhead was established in the year 1975. The date that Lemmy died on was a date with 75 numerology. It was also a date with 55 numerology. He died at the end of December, which has Gematria 55. So do the words Satan and sacrifice, all words with 55 Gematria. In a moment, we'll see how this number connects to the death of his bandmate, Phil Taylor. On his birthday, just 4 days before his death, he turned 70 on a date with a life lesson number of 55. This number having to do with sacrifice. Again, he died on a date with 55 numerology. Recently, they released their latest studio album. The band was still making music. The album was called Bad Magic. It released August 28th, 2015. Notice that Bad Magic has Gematria of 40. The band existed from 75 to 2015, lasting 40 years, their final studio album having a Gematria of 40. His death came 122 days after the release of this album, and 122 is a number connected to the Freemasons through Francis Bacon Gematria. In Jewish Gematria, one of the most important words is Elohim, having to do with God. That word has a Gematria of 122. Also, I notice on the cover they put 4 X's. X is the 24th letter. 4 times 24 is 96, also like the word Freemason. The Masons rule the recording industry. As for the death of his bandmate, it's also very interesting in light of the numbers that Lemmy died by. Phil Taylor went by the stage name Filthy Animal. He spelled filthy with the Phil spelling. This spelling has Gematria 44, the kill number. Remember, Kilmister equals 44 as well. Filthy Animal equals 67, like Lemmy Kilmister. And again, so does Blood Sacrifice. Interesting that these men shared these numbers through their names. His birth name, Phil Taylor, has Gematria 58, the number of sacrifice. We just talked about how Lemmy had a birthday with a life lesson number of 55 and then died 4 days later on a date with 55 numerology. Phil in simple English gematria equals 45 like Motorhead. Some things can be a coincidence. Just interesting to point out the synchronicities. His death, Phil Taylor's, came 75 days after the release of their final studio album. Remember, the band debuted in 75. Lemmy died on a date with 75 numerology. And from November 11th, the date Phil died, to the date December 28th that Lemmy died, is a span of 47 days, which is an important number to the Masons and Zionists, who rule over the recording industry and oftentimes sacrifice their musicians by the numbers. In the video I just did on the death of Natalie Cole, I talked about the significance of 47 in her reported death. And in many other videos I've done on celebrity deaths, that number shows up again and again. So, these are some of the very interesting synchronicities. Lemmy died 2 days after being diagnosed with cancer. Again, cancer and chemo having that gematria of 44 like Kill and Kilmister. I want to close out by giving a tribute to Brother Berg. I have repped his channel in the past. He found my work this past summer and has created his own blog sharing his finds. I want to share with you the finds he made on the death of Lemmy as well. Please be sure to check out his blog and his YouTube channel. Okay, so here we are at Brother Berg's blog. Brother Berg does a great job of looking for the deeper synchronicities of gematria within the language, which we'll get to in just a moment. Please check out his blog. It's at extracapsa.wordpress.com, just as you see on the screen. I will link it in the description below. Where he started on his post was with this shot of Lemmy in front of the amp with the Murder 1 on it. Murder 1. Notice that Murder 1 has a gematria of 113. This is a very important number to the Masons and the Zionists. He noticed that Lemmy's full name, written with the nickname included, Ian Fraser Lemmy Kilmister, has gematria of 113. So does the phrase Lemmy Kilmister sacrifice, interestingly enough. He also points out that Lemmy in simple English gematria sums to 68, which is a number we often find around death. The phrase died 2 days later, as in dying 2 days after being diagnosed with cancer, has gematria of 68. He also points out some other synchronicities with some other familiar words. He notes Barack Obama has gematria of 68 because a lot is being foreshadowed for Barack Obama. And think about Martin Luther King Jr., who died on 4/4 in the year 68, Obama the 44th president. Words such as assassinated also have gematria of 68. What else is interesting that he notes is how 2 days later has gematria of 55. Again, he died 2 days after being diagnosed with cancer. 55 was an important number coded into his death as well as Phil Taylor's. The phrase dead at 70 also has gematria of 55. He notices that let me, kind of like Lemmy, also equals 55. So Brother Berg, his blog is really great for looking at other possible synchronicities. He really likes to take his time in breaking down the words and the phrases that connect to the story. You can also search for Brother Berg on YouTube. He has a channel as well. He's more active on his written blog than his video channel, however. And again, I'll put that link down in the description. But that pretty much covers it, Truth Seeker. A lot of deaths here at the end of 2015. I'm making this video on New Year's Day. Headlines of an actor from MASH and Natalie Cole dying on New Year's Eve. Closing out a very deadly end to 2015 for celebrities, entertainers of all sorts. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.